All right. So, so as this is supposed to be part of my progressive candidate series, let's talk about your campaign a little bit. You started to talk about some of the challenges of running a grassroots campaign. Was there anything that you really didn't expect, and then can you talk a little bit about how you handled it or how you might handle it differently next time?
One of the things that I wasn't expecting was to get national coverage. That was one of the things. And then the second thing is, it was surprisingly not that expensive to get involved in a national race. I mean, now granted, had I been gallivanting all across the country the entire time, it would have gotten a little pricier. But I flew to Phoenix, I flew to Houston, I drove to Detroit and Baltimore and DC. I took a couple days hiatus in New York City, and then I drove to Atlanta. In fact, I'd say Atlanta was the most expensive thing because those hotels were, not cheap. But, I got a little bit of fundraising, and literally I didn't even bother asking. I never once put on my website, donate to me because blah, blah, blah. No, people just threw their pocket change at me, and it was able to get me through this. I think on materials, I spent $300. I bought 500 pamphlets and 600 stickers. And I got rid of all of my pamphlets and most of my stickers. So it's actually not expensive to campaign, which is the whole argument I've been making. People have this strength and power. It's the investment is your time. Holy crap, is that a time sink? Running, you need to be married with a really damn good job, or you need to be having one of those reality TV star jobs where you get paid to be alive, because otherwise, good luck trying to get into politics. And this is even counting state representative. That's a small race. Even mayor is a small race, but your ass has to be in front of everybody's doorstep.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that. It's a time suck and a really big commitment. So finally, and I think you already started to talk about this as well a little bit, but how has this experience changed your life?
Well, here's the funny thing. I mean, obviously there's a bit of a change because I'm having interviews with people, right? That wasn't my normal day to day. But I mean, essentially my day has just gotten a little busier. I'm still looking for work. I'm debating going back to school, going to work, whatever. But at this rate, I don't even need to be looking for a 9-to-5 job. What I need to be doing is building my image and brand. And now I get to say things like that. And that's weird. And I'm not saying it to be humble or whatever. To me, it's just, that's not why I got into this. And it's weird that I even have to talk about it. I'd rather have somebody do it for me, if I'm this guy, why isn't somebody making this happen? No. But honestly, that's the biggest thing. My social media blew up. I mean, I have 5,000 likes on my Facebook page, whereas I think I had 1,600 tops when I was a state rep, or when it was just a state rep candidacy thing. My Twitter was barely pushing 300. No, barely pushing 250 followers. Now it's over 8,000. So there's a huge, actually my YouTube channel is the most surprising one. I went from like 10 subscribers to over 600 and people actually watching my videos. So, I mean, if anything, I should start being a media personality or whatever. I don't know. But for me, I have a potential to follow through on my vision, which was the whole reason why I got out of the military, right? Was to help people, to serve people, to get involved in politics. Granted, to be elected, but in lieu of that, to empower others to run for office. That has always been my goal. And now I finally have a position or a means to do that. And I would like to pursue that. I'm looking right now. I mean, whatever we want to call it, I keep using the Pink Pony Party just for a name filler, but whatever. I want to build that party. I want to build that infrastructure so that whenever you see the pink prancing pony, that person is a good person. That they have the resources and the skills and the help that they need in order to succeed. And that, hey, you can get behind that person. That's what we need. We need to have an infrastructure that transcends the party system, transcends just the progressive unit. We need to tap into that 42% of the electorate that stays home. And that's what I'm trying to do.
I think that that's a really worthy mission. So are you talking about like sort of a PAC?
A PAC, a nonprofit, an LLC that just generates profit for the sake of empowering these candidates to do it. It's just the legalese is the problem, right? So if you do a nonprofit, you can't be politically affiliated. If you do a PAC, well, how do you avoid dark money? Well, the treasurer has to, have a spine and not accept dark money. If you do an LLC, now it's taxed. So I'm donating $20, but 20% of it or 30% or whatever it is goes to Uncle Sam, which is part of the problem, blah, blah, blah. Like there is no clean cut solution. PAC works because, yeah, you get all this money, but then you can also filter it out, and you can filter it out without any recourse from being a non-political entity or from a business. I don't even know if it's text. It might not be. Again, I don't even know much about PACs. That's the issue. I'm trying to figure it out as well. But if you do the nonprofit, then I can't deliberately help people in politics, which it would defeat the whole purpose in the first place. What it would allow me to do is fundraise, which that would be self-serving at that point. And even if I were to fundraise and say, hey, give me $1 billion so I can filter it out to everybody else, there's rules on how that works because I fundraised it under my name and now I'm trying to give it to other people. Well, there's a lot of red tape with that too. So moving forward, it has to find an answer to that question. But once I do, I think it'll take off because as we saw, Bernie Sanders was able to send a damn email and get $3 million like that. People want to invest in this process. People want to be a part of the process. But that's it. They want to be a part of it. They want to actually feel like their voices are being heard and not a platitude, not rhetoric, not just a tap on the head. They want a seat at the table. And they deserve a seat at the table, and they should have a seat at the table. So achieving it just is a little bit more convoluted than it ought to be. And it's been done like that on purpose. I think we're on the same page there that the duopoly, the way it stands, creating a new party is impossible unless you can truly make it an entity that embraces everything, which is why I'm not trying to build a second party. I'm trying to build an organization that empowers collaboration.
Right. I hear you about that. I think that that's definitely, I agree about the party thing. I could give a fig about party affiliation. And I think a lot of people feel that way. People, like you said, just want to be represented. And I can certainly see your appeal, why people have, why you kind of have blown up this way. It wasn't just, what you said at the, sorry. Now I'm forgetting what, say again?
Are you talking about the CNN debate?
Yeah. It wasn't just, about your rhetoric. It's also, you have ideas, you have direction. And I think that a lot of people find that very impressive, especially a young person to be coming up and sort of making carving your own path and your own leadership role. And so I think that's great. I wish you luck with that. So once again, Samuel Ronan, thank you so much for talking to me again. And I look forward to talking to you again in the future. I think, like I said, you've got some great ideas.
I appreciate it. And hopefully I won't be sick or having the rock star cough or whatever this is. But no, I definitely look forward to continuing this discussion. Like I said, I'll be in LA. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or should say it, but there's a good chance I'll be on the Jimmy Dore show as well again in person. I'll be in New York sometime in April, so hopefully a lot of things happen there. I'm not going to forget, my roots. I'm not going to start wearing these posh suits and speaking like this. I'm just a guy. I was in the Air Force I'm still in the Air Force for crying out loud. All I want to do is do my job, and at the moment it seems to be being the voice. So until I don't have to do that anymore, that's what I'll be doing.
That sounds good. And give Jimmy Dore my love if you see him, because I'm a fangirl. I don't know if you knew that was a thing. Jimmy Dore fangirls. I'm one. I'm
sure he'll be very pleased.
All right. So thanks. I had a really good time talking to you. Thank you.